Hey there, and welcome to From Nine to Thrive. I'm Michelle O'Connor, your guide on this fun and slightly rebellious journey to escape the 9 to 5 grind and build a life you actually love. Whether you're stuck in a cubicle dreaming of freedom, running a side hustle, or just wondering if there's more to life than Zoom meetings and office coffee, this podcast is for you. Each week, we'll dive into tips, strategies, and real life stories to help you leave the grind behind and create a business that works for you, not the other way around. And because we don't take ourselves too seriously around here, expect a few laughs along the way. Oh, and every now and then we'll bring on some inspiring guests who've been there, done that, and are here to share their secrets to success. So grab your coffee, your wine, or whatever fuels your fire. This is From Nine to Thrive, where we're ditching the grind and designing the dream. Let's get started. Hey there, freedom seekers. I'm Michelle, and it's another amazing Freedom Friday. My favorite time of the week to chat with you about all things entrepreneurship, side hustles, and breaking free from the 9 to 5 grind. Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on my own entrepreneurial adventure, the highs, the lows, and all the lessons in between. Ever wonder what it's like to start with an eBay side hustle? Enter into the world of fluffy dog sweaters? Yeah, really. Conquer corporate America and then help entrepreneurs like you secure millions in funding? Well, buckle up, because that's exactly what we're getting into today. This isn't just a hey, here's my story episode. It's about you. I'll share the skills, strategies, and real talk that will help you take bold steps forward in your own life. Whether you're dreaming about leaving your day job or building your escape plan, you're in the right place. All right, grab your coffee or tea if that's your jam, and let's talk about building freedom on your terms. You ready? Let's do this. Everybody, this is Michelle with From Nine to Thrive, and welcome back to another episode of Freedom Friday. And as you know, on Fridays, I get to talk about what I want to talk about. But what I thought about was, why should you even be listening to me? I get it. You're like, Michelle, you have a lot of information, but could you just be one of those other people that just go out and do some research and then just throw some stuff up on Facebook and YouTube and in a podcast? And what I wanted to do today was set the stage for you to understand who I am and what I bring to the table to help you all out and give you some ideas that I understand the journey. I've done the side hustles. I've done the full-time entrepreneurship. I've been there, done that. And you know what? I've got the lessons to prove it. So let's dive in a little bit on my entrepreneurial journey so that as I'm having this conversation, I want you to be able to say, oh, she gets that, or oh, she's the person that I think I really need to be talking with. And this in no way at all is one of those episodes where it's like, it's all about me. No, it's what skills and talents do each of us have that we really need to stand up and say, this is what I offer, and this is how I can help you. And I think I've done a disservice by not letting you all know the skills and talents that I bring to the table to help you guys along with your journey. In the beginning, I was one of those really early e-commerce adopters. Not only did I buy online, very early, booked airline tickets, did all of that, but I also was an early adopter in selling on eBay and all those other platforms. Even then, so we think way back, long before, there was remote work and there was digital nomads, I realized I didn't want to be locked down. I craved the freedom of location. Like I said, even long before it was a trend. I found that as we went on vacations, it was like I had to put my store on vacation mode, or I couldn't fill orders because I had to be here and I wanted to be there. And I also found that the grind of consistently trying to redevelop or create products and sourcing products. And I'll tell you what, selling online, especially in a competitive platform, there's a really small margin, meaning I paid very little money. And it's just a lot of work for a little bit of money. And after a while, it's just not sustainable because you get extremely burned out. Something else that I've done is I've gone back in and done full-time entrepreneurial in what we call a cottage knitting industry. a knitting machine at home, and I worked with my mom and we developed this business where we helped other women across the state, and we made baby clothes and dog sweaters. I know this is long before dog sweaters were like a thing, but these were put into very high-end boutiques across the country and very high-end department stores. And we were able to work with others and train them that they could do it too. So, it was one of those that I have the ability to teach others to do what I do to make money. But again, was just trading time for dollars. There's only so much time in the day, and you can only make so much. And I found that very limiting. And I missed paid vacations for some reason. I thought that the world needed to have me back in corporate America. So I thought, let's try that traditional route again. I went back into what I knew, which was banking and securities, and managed massive portfolios, build processes and procedures, which I have to say has skills that serve me well today within my own business, and skills and processes I can walk others that I've helped along their journeys to put in place these processes that help us on the ability to grow and to scale. So I worked and got all my licenses and worked up and got promotions, and I was climbing that corporate ladder, and only to realize, and how's that cliche go? That corporate ladder was against the wrong building. I got up there and I had that Peggy Lee moment of, is this all there is? And I kept thinking, there's got to be something else out there. I know I was meant for more. Does that resonate with any of you? You're sitting there in your job going, there must be something wrong with me, because I bet there are a ton of people out here who would just be grateful to have this job and would just be in a position where this is life. You go in, you do your 9 to 5, you go home, you have your life, and it's you work till retirement, and then you do the traveling and all of that. And I just knew there was more out there, and I was not fulfilling what I wanted to do and what I think I am meant to do, which opened up this other opportunity as I started to have these moments of, is this all there is? And I stepped into the world of venture capital, and it opened my eyes to true innovation and real business growth. And I tell you, I have had the opportunity over the last, I don't know, 12, 14 years to coach hundreds of entrepreneurs on getting their funding, on scaling, on how to grow their company, on their operations, how to take an idea that they sort of have sitting out in the ether and the space, putting it on that cocktail napkin, and then building a business around it. I funded over 30 million in businesses and helped them exit. I've had several successful exits, meaning the companies were able to raise additional money or sell their company, and our fund was able to reap the benefit of that. I've also run multi-million-dollar programs that have put in place based on my experience and based on what conversations we've had with entrepreneurs. We've built sustainable entrepreneurial ecosystems. And so I get what you're going to need. I get what you're going to. I'm 3 steps ahead of people when we start to sit down and plan out their businesses. It's one of those of, I know where you're at now, but I also see where you need to go, and let's put that in place so that we're not stopping and starting when you get there. And I'll tell you what, I'm not one of these people who just sits on the sideline and just coaches. I do the work myself. When I've been working with these hundreds of entrepreneurs, I've had them say, there's no way I could build a website. I can't pull this up. I can't sell on the internet. I can't do this. It just doesn't work. Well, I've gone home and I've figured it out. I launched websites. I've created systems that put in place the ability to sell product online so that I could understand better their struggles and what they're doing with. And when I came back, I was able to sit down with them and say, let's try this. Let's try that. Or better understand who we needed to be connected to. I think some of the problems that we run into as we start getting into the daily grind of running our business is
We think we need one thing. We think we need marketing. We think we need to be on social media, whatever that is. And so we find the first person who's able to check that box. And sometimes that's not the best person or the best strategy. And so being able to go in and really get in the trenches and figure out what is happening is a better way for me to sit down with somebody when I'm coaching them to say, okay, this is where we're really needing. And let's see if we can wrap something around that. So what did that have me do, and what kind of quote dirty work did I end up doing? I launched a travel website just to figure out how to run websites. So I launched Fun in Key West. It's still up and running, has all of the bells and whistles over there. I do a blog, sell products on Etsy, have a podcast. And what I found was through those relationships and how that evolved and the monetization strategies behind that website gave me the opportunity to launch a travel agency. And then the pandemic hit, and it just put everything to a screeching halt, which again put me in a position where we need to be able to not only be location independent, but we also need to be somewhat economic independent, meaning we need to be able to be insulated from a lot of the things that are happening. So that's a bit of the background that I come to the table with. And I think that you're going to see as we move forward in these conversations and we move forward in a lot of the information and tips and strategies that I bring to you, it's based on real life experiences. It's based on not only what I'm doing, but it's based on conversations and coaching sessions I'm having with people. And you're going to learn and have the benefit of being able to have those experiences to bounce off of. I've done the work. I know what it takes to build a business from scratch, done it multiple times. Plus, I've helped others succeed. Hundreds of entrepreneurs have launched and scaled with my guidance and my coaching, and they've lived their lives the way that they've wanted to be able to. And here's the other thing: don't do fluff. You probably figured that out by now. My background in finance and venture capital means I focus on real strategies and not empty motivation. I'm not a rah-rah person, but what I'm going to do is bring to the table, what are some true tips and strategies? Is this a trend? Is this a fad? Is this something that we should wrap around and start looking at seriously? And plus, I'm on the journey too. I'm living what I teach. I'm building my own business alongside of you, just like we're doing, and we're going to learn from each other. So if you're ready to escape your 9 to 5 and build something of your own, let's connect. We can do this various ways. You can check in here on our Facebook. You can join our Facebook community page. That's where we can have deeper conversations. And you can also head over to from9tothrive.com and grab some of our free information over there, tips and strategies. But most importantly, you're going to be able to book a coaching session with me. Let's just have a consultation. Let's sit down, have this conversation, figure out where are you and what are you going to need to get you to that next level. I'm Michelle with From 9 to Thrive, and I hope you have a fabulous Friday. And I hope I've inspired you to think about how your life can be. You guys have a great one, and we'll talk to you later. Wow, what a conversation. We went from early side hustles with razor thin margin to a corporate detour and then right into my venture capital and entrepreneurial ecosystem building days. But if there's one thing I hope you take away is this: your dream of escaping the 9 to 5 is possible. With smart strategies, clear goals, and a whole lot of grit, you're closer to freedom than you might think. I hope you're walking away inspired and motivated to start taking action toward building the life you want. And guess what? You don't have to figure it out alone, because I'm right here with you, ready to support your next move. Before you go, be sure to subscribe to the podcast. You don't want to miss our upcoming episodes packed with tips, stories, and real-world advice. If you loved today's chat, or even if you just really liked it, leave a review. Oh, yeah, and tell your friends about us, because nothing says I care like sharing your gift of inspiration. Am I right? Need more tools and resources? Head over to from9tothrive.com for freebies, coaching opportunities, and a community of go-getters just like you.
Till next time, keep chasing that dream and creating something incredible. See you soon. Cheers.